we pray with them, that, strengthened and guided by God, they may fulfill his purpose for the whole of their earthly life together. I am required to ask anyone present who knows a reason why these persons may not lawfully marry to declare it now. Vows you are about to take are to be made in the name of God, who is judge of all. Do you, Garfield, Benji, Digweed, take Dorothy Bianca to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
You have the ring?
Yes, Your Grace.
You may kiss.
God, I've just had a nightmare.
What about?
I don't want to talk about it.
Was it one of your usual ones?
Yes.
Was it the one where I've nailed you to a tree and I'm whipping you with wet towels?
No.
The one where the Pope's stolen your bus pass?
I don't want to talk about it.
You're sharing a houseboat with Noel Edmonds.
No. If you must know, we were getting married and you were pregnant.
But is me being pregnant such a nightmare? Oh, yes, I'm sorry. It's one of the taboo subjects. We can spend 2 days arguing about the name of the fifth Osmond, but we can't talk about whether or not we should bring a life into the world.
Brian Osmond, trust me.
It's good, Gary. Come on, we should talk about this. I mean, obviously, I'd rather not have sex with you at all, let alone bear your children. But these are the pitiful, dog-eared cards that fate has dealt me.
Well, what's your hurry? You've got another good 10 years in you.
Oh, thanks. I've always wanted to be described like a slightly rusty Volvo estate.
5.8 FM.
Sharon in the morning. I suppose the big question is, do I really want to have children with a man who still has a Fungus the Bogeyman pillowcase?
Debs.
Hi, Tony.
Hi.
How are you?
Well, I haven't had a woman for over 3 months because I can't get you out of my head. So I've been on this sort of spiral of depression, alleviated only temporarily by these great long binges of self-abuse.
Can I ask you a favour?
Anything.
I need to have my boiler serviced today, but I've got to go to work.
Oh, well, I'll have a go, but I can't guarantee it won't explode.
No. I just wanted to leave you my keys so you can let the man in.
You want to leave me the keys to your flat?
You won't have to go up there, only to let him in.
Of course, yeah. Can I ask you a favour in return?
Sure, what?
Will you sleep with me?
You don't think that's a bit of an uneven bargain?
Okay. Will you sleep with me and lend me £100?
You know, test tube babies. I've always wondered, Do they keep putting the baby in a bigger and a bigger test tube as it grows? Or do they, like, put it in one really big one to start with?
You are kidding, Gary.
Yes, of course. Isn't it funny how women's ability to reproduce sort of peters out rather pathetically in their 40s, whereas blokes can keep on going right into their 70s?
Not if their girlfriend has battered their genitals to a pulp with their radio alarm clock.
Do you know a single yoghurt pot of my semen is enough to repopulate the whole of Ireland?
Haven't they had a tragic enough history without you turning up at the border with your yoghurt pot?
What's the matter with you?
It's serious, Gary. If I can't decide to have children with you, I have to find myself another man. Oh, God. I suppose we'd have to live together.
Would we have to if we had a baby? Couldn't you just pop round with it occasionally? What's so great about children, anyway?
I just want them. It's like you and lager.
Couldn't you get a dog? They're nice. Or you could sponsor a panda.
Bye-bye.
They wet themselves, you know.
Under my arse.
Bye, Dorothy, mate. What's the matter with Dorothy?
Wants a baby.
Hey, guess what? Debs has left me the keys to her flat. I've got to let the gas man in.
That's nice, isn't it? She trusts you.
Yeah, bit of a show of confidence, isn't it?
What's it going to be first, the photo album or the pants drawer?
Neither. I suppose a little look wouldn't really matter. Give them keys to me! Hey, do you ever have one of those fantasies where everybody's been killed in a neutron bomb, but you've survived, and you can roam around people's houses freely? First, I'd drive to Centre Parks, have a go on their big slidey thing by myself all day. Then I'd go round to Princess Di's house, try on one of her little leotards.
Tony, too weird, mate.
Sorry, mate. Hey! Thames has got a copy of Lady Chatterley's Lover. And it falls open on the dirty bits, even though she's a girl.
Tony, that's your copy. You made her borrow it.
Yeah. And what I get when I'm beside thee, and what thou gets when I'm beside thee, it's as on't. Thou mun goo. Let me dust thee.
Brilliant. Hey, is this what I think it is?
No. That's for making your hair all bendy.
Well, what about that?
That's for making it all sort of corrugated. Drying it on the move. Drying it at home. Removing it.
Honestly, and they wonder why they don't get positions of power in British industry. They're too busy buggering about with their hair.
Hey!
Tony, mate, do you reckon I should impregnate Dorothy or what?
I don't know. Kids, eh?
Yeah. The thing I don't like about babies is they're all small, you know. They're like their new 5Ps. They're fiddly.
They are this, like, celebration of this explosive power we have in our loins.
That's true.
It's incredible to think, really, that this simple act that can be over in a matter of minutes
Seconds.
can create this complete little chap.
Yeah, they're fiddly, though.
Fiddly, yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, you can't beat that red string micro bikini, can you?
Just think, you might have a kid that turns out like Deborah.
I can't think about that. That's too complicated.
You know, she's only left these photos lying around to get me going anyway. Yeah. I mean, she behaves like I'm some sort of tool head on the outside, but on the inside, she's quivering with suppressed desire. Like that.
George, were you there when your son was born?
No, it was a Saturday.
Not there at your desk, George. There at Marjorie's bedside.
No, men didn't attend the birth in those days.
Why?
I think because the baby comes out of a ladies' rude area. We were expected to go home and relax by sort of pacing. Marjorie was in labour for 36 hours, so I managed to pace to Hastings.
So overall, George, are you happy about the way your son turned out?
Oh, yes. Sometimes we wish he'd stop stealing our furniture and selling it. But generally, we've had nothing but joy from Biff.
Why'd you call him Biff?
Well, he was supposed to be Bill, but the lady at the town hall dropped her lunchbox on the F when she was typing out the birth certificate.
Just think a couple of inches over, it could have been Bip.
Now, that would have been silly.
Please yourself. Not really me, though, is it, kids, eh? I mean, I'm more your single, sexy kind of bachelor guy, aren't I?
Now, doesn't it worry you that you could die tomorrow without leaving anything of lasting value?
George, I think you're underestimating the impact of my humorous speech to this year's Security Fencing Manufacturers Gala.
And the only disadvantage I can remember is that Marjorie forbade sexual intercourse for 2 years after the birth.
Right, that's it. We're not having children. Anthea, remind me, what's so great about being single and child-free?
Well, you can keep everything neat and tidy and smart around the home.
Exactly.
Yes. And although people don't often visit, well, that gives you lots of time to sit and read your gardening magazines. Or you can nod off with Melody Radio on. And then, although you might sometimes have a bit of a cry, that usually makes you feel much better. And then you can go mad and have sardines on toast to really cheer yourself up.
Bought the Bay City Rollers' new single. I feel all funny when I think of Woody. Lisa came over and we played it 37 times. She's horrible. I hate her. She's horrible.
Went to see The Terminator with Mike. I wanted to see the colour purple. He made us sit in the cheap seats.
Aww.
Afterwards, feeling romantic, we went back to his place and made pasta. Tony behaved like a complete arsehole today.
I think we should do it.
Oh, I don't know. What's made you change your mind?
Well, you know, we're okay together, aren't we? Other people do it. I'd have someone to do me shopping when I'm old.
Oh, you dear, sweet, romantic man.
Well, let's face it, one of these fine old days I'm going to die.
Hopefully.
I've got so much to pass on.
That'll be your collection of mugs in the shape of different parts of the body, will it?
All my experiences, my knowledge.
It certainly would be a catastrophe if all your knock-knock jokes died with you.
I'm serious.
Gary, you have the maturity of a boy of 7.
Well, something to build on, isn't it?
Having a child is a huge responsibility. You're the least responsible person I know. And I know Tony.
I've never had to be before, have I? I mean, parenthood calms you down, doesn't it? Look at your father. I've seen the photographs. He had the biggest winkle pickers in Finchley before he had you.
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes I find it all a bit daunting. Your body is never the same after you've had a child.
I'll be all right.
Me. Me.
Oh, you don't want to worry about that. I'll be there for you with all the hot towels.
Well, that'll be handy if I give birth in a Chinese restaurant.
Towels, boiling water, cigars.
And what about when I get varicose veins, stretch marks, crying fits, breasts like footballs?
Now you're talking.
That are too tender to touch.
Yeah.
And things can go wrong. How would you feel if your perineum tore in half?
Disappointed? Oh, they're great, though, aren't they? Running around in their little nappies.
I suppose it'd be okay.
You know, I never really thought about having a child before. This morning, George showed me this picture of his little niece. She's so sweet.
Gary, you big softy.
She's only 19. She's got a fantastic arse. The point is, she meant nothing to me. I wasn't interested, because I've changed. I want you to have our baby.
I'll come round tonight. Maybe we should just do it.
Went down to Tony and Gary's to complain about them singing Happy Talk at the tops of their voices. Tony wearing his sexy denim shirt. Can't make up my mind if he's stupid and irritating or just misguided.
I'm misguided.
Tony is definitely stupid and irritating.
Bollocks.
Apparently, after the birth, you can cook the placenta and eat it.
What'd you have with it?
Doesn't say. Probably have it in a bap. Did you know that to aid fertilization, the scrotum is 1 or 2 degrees lower than the rest of the body? That's probably a load of balls. Dorothy and I are going to make a baby. I reckon if we start within the hour, we could squeeze a small one in before Christmas.
Well, can you just do it quietly, please? I've had a bit of a difficult day.
I've been thinking of names. Do you like Bruce? What about Martin?
Come on, that's a bit crap, isn't it?
What's the matter with you?
Well, you know when you've made your washing go a sort of a sludgy colour in the wash?
Yeah.
Well, that's sort of annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, if someone did that to you, would you be able to sort of laugh it off?
No.
I better have a rethink.
Tony, I found another packet.
What, mate?
I found another packet. This one's pre-Dorothy. I used to take it to parties just in case I got lucky. 6 years worth of parties, if I'm honest.
Oh, well, it looks like you've used a couple.
Yeah, we ran out of cling film at my dad's retirement do.
Hey. Hey, what's that?
I got that out of a machine on holiday in Morocco. It turned out to be bubble gum. Still, it seemed to do the trick. Oh. That's one of Dorothy's early caps. We had to stop using it, though. Kept shooting out across the room.
Hi.
Hi. Did the engineer come?
Yes.
Did he service it okay?
Not unless he managed to do it through the letterbox because he called while I was down at the laundrette.
Oh, Tony, couldn't you have done that another day?
Not this particular washing, no.
I can't trust you to do anything, can I?
No. Still, got my sexy denim shirt on, look.
Oh, no!
Anything wrong? Oh, the sods, eh?
Nothing seems to be missing.
I think you'll find there is.
Oh, no, they've taken my camera.
No, they haven't.
They haven't. Oh, Tony, what did you do? Come up and leave the door open or something.
Debs? I think you're underestimating me. Slightly. So, we're looking for someone who breaks into people's houses, steals their duvet and their underwear.
Looks like it.
Well, I don't think there's very much more I can be doing here now. I might as well just leave you to...
Tony, have you been reading these?
No! I don't read other people's diaries.
How do you know they're diaries?
You're hardly likely to keep old copies of Exchange and Mart in your undies drawer, are you? Not unless you want to order up a lawnmower whilst you're choosing your pants.
You're behind this, aren't you, Tony?
Yes.
And what are you going to do about it?
Apologise a lot.
And?
Give you lots of money to make up for any financial loss.
And?
Put my hand in the drawer. Thank you.
Oh, hello. Do you like me bunny?
Pretty.
Yeah, well, when I buy my kid a cuddly toy, I buy my kid a cuddly toy. Know what I mean? They did have a 4-foot hamster, but frankly, that scared the shit out of me.
Gary, don't you think all this is a little premature?
Oh, look, I know we won't get there straight away, but the way I see conception is it's like a coconut shy. If you chuck enough balls at enough coconuts, you win a fish. Watch this.
Gary, I think you should... Gary, get... Gary, I don't want to have children with you.
I just set fire to all our favourite contraceptives. Well, why? What's wrong with me?
Nothing. It's
No,
just...
come on, I can take it.
Okay. Well, you know I had my doubts, but I think what really clinched it was examining the contents of your briefcase.
I thought I'd lost that.
Your fatal mistake was giving me a glimpse into your private world.
How do you mean?
Fizzy fish, Gary? You're 34. A scrapbook of Michaela Strachan.
Very professional.
An entry form for a wet T-shirt competition, filled out on my behalf.
Obviously, you don't have to enter that if you think it's in any way slightly tacky.
Oh, you're so kind. But I think what worried me most was this. Do you see my problem?
I think you're just feeling a little bit negative. Are you ovulating?
sorry, Gary.
From another flower in its feet and pollinate this flower.
You ever thought of donating sperm?
Yeah. I went to one of them sperm banks once.
Did you?
This bird in a white coat showed me through to this room where they got these magazines, you know, for you to use, you know. Strange, really, because there are quite a few copies of Caravanning Monthly.
Yeah.
But there was a couple of copies of Cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
So I started, you know,
Yeah.
I started...
Choke your chicken.
Yeah.
Yank your plank.
Yeah.
Oil up your baseball bat.
Yeah.
Slap your granny.
Yeah. Turned out to be a dentist waiting room. Sperm bank was next door.
Did that really happen?
No. So who would you like to have children with, ideally?
Kylie.
Kylie?
Kylie.
Why?
Well, if the little chap's having a hard time getting to sleep, who better to sing Away in a Manger than Kylie? With her infallible ear for rhythm and a distinctive Aussie brogue. And, you know, despite being petite, I get the impression she's strong as an ox.
Hey, what's this?
It's the womb.
Oh, yeah, they're good, they are.
Tony, it's the womb, where the babies come from. You put it on and it comforts the baby, reminds him of safety. What did Deborah say about me in her diary?
Says you're a bit of a pompous twat.
How's your hand?
My fingers are turning blue.
Still. It's all part of growing up, isn't it?